After 13 games, I think it's getting pretty safe to say Scottie Barnes looks like he's back on track to stardom. After a sophomore season where he honestly looked marginally worse than his rookie season, Scottie has taken a huge leap. He's averaging just over 20 points, just shy of 9 rebounds, and 6 assists. A stat line that only him, Jokic, and Embiid are averaging right now. That's elite company to be sharing. This is on top of the block and a half and steal and a half he's averaging, and his 3-point percentage has increased by over 10% on almost double the attempts. In every area, Scottie Barnes has leveled up his game this season. And a big reason for this has been how new head coach Darko has unlocked him. Barnes' usage rate is at a career high, and he's been the focal point of this new Raptor system. He's the primary creator, and while this isn't the largest sample size, he looks really confident and capable in that role already. He finds his assists through just overwhelming the defense a lot, like here in the break versus the Bulls where he rushes towards the paint and quickly dumps it off to OG and Anunoby. And here again, his pure agility means he can find Siakam slipping on the right for an easy layup. Or versus the Wolves, he rushes at Conley, then drops it through his legs for Schroeder and sets a maybe sort of illegal screen, but gets away with it. He doesn't find all of his assists by just brute forcing the fast break though, as Barnes has finished some really impressive passes this season. Like here against Boston, he works down Hauser, rises for a potential post hook or fade, but sees Horford is leaking towards him and pulls off this near horizontal dump to Achua for another easy layup. Or here, off the screen, he hesitates for a second and floats it right into the sweet spot for Pirtle. I really like versus Boston where he dumps it off to Pirtle, who can't find the right spot in time, passes it back out, and Barnes fakes the 3 before I think faking a Euro. That's right into a pass to Pirtle again, who's open under the basket. Again here he fakes a 3, then after Middleton inches out a bit, he chucks it right to Pirtle again for another easy look right at the basket. I think something that has impressed me the most about Barnes' improvement as a creator has been how quickly and efficiently he makes great reads, and how many baskets come from Barnes rotating the ball before the defense can even properly react to him having it. Like here, he catches it in transition from Gary Trent Jr., and right as he gets the ball off the pass, he darts right ahead to Anunoby on the connecting pass, and it's an easy fast break dunk. Another play from Scottie I really like is here where he catches the ball just outside the paint, is doubled, and within a second of catching the ball, he just bolts it across the court to Boucher for an open 3. Here, it's a really similar action as that one against Boston from earlier. Barnes gets it on what should be an easy look versus Connaughton, but when he turns around to go up, Lopez is doubling, and he mid-air finds a quick dump off to Pirtle. A big reason Barnes is able to find these passes is because of his improved shooting. Defenses have to respect Barnes from behind the arc not only because the percentage increased, but also because he's a lot more confident and willing to take these shots. Against the Spurs, Barnes attempted 10 3-pointers, which is a number he didn't hit once in his 76 games last year. He's finding a lot of these shots on catch-and-shoot attempts, and he's providing a lot of spacing that the Raptors pretty desperately needed. Look here how he sees Kristaps playing off, so he overrides the play and steps back into an easy open 3. Versus Philly, he doesn't like the first shot attempt he gets, so he dumps it off to Pirtle quickly, but still wants the 3, so he relocates, and it's money on the second look. Or here, I really like the confidence he shows on the break to recognize Henderson isn't ready to defend a shot, and he just steps into the pull-up 3. In general, Scottie's shot diet has looked a lot more diverse this season. Comparing the shot chart in the half court from last year to this year shows how much he's been looking to score in new areas. This diversity will make it easier for Sky to find consistent points on a nightly basis. It will continue to help open up looks for a Raptors team that wasn't necessarily known for their stellar offense. Another big improvement across Scottie's game has been his composure. He showed a lot more confidence and control with the ball, especially when attacking the basket or just looking for scoring opportunities in general. I really like how he played against Chicago and Caruso specifically. Look here how he spins and keeps his dribble through Caruso's hounding before bruising his way to the basket and scoring over Caruso and Vucevic. Or here, when he pushes around with Caruso in the high post, then quickly spins into a fadeaway jump shot. I also really like this finish from Barnes against Philly, where he catches the ball and starts going up with Maxey sort of awkwardly leaping in front of him, so he stays straight up and sort of slows down and contorts to still finish the layup. He's also been a lot more confident handling the ball, trying out new combinations and being more bold. Here against Philly, he loses Oubre for a second, then maneuvers into a high post up and fakes it to a fadeaway. Or in this play, it's as simple as quick reactions that all lead to this impressive drop off for Pirtle. This new level of confidence that Barnes has shown with the ball mixed with his natural physical tools has meant he's finding a lot more easy looks for himself and others. A large part of Sky's improved confidence and skill with the ball in his hands is how much more comfortable he seems in his gargantuan body. Last year, it's hard to deny that Scottie looked a bit awkward at times and unsure of what he was doing, but he's a lot more purposeful and assertive so far this season. A prime example of this is here versus Philly, where he picks up his dribble outside the paint, but that long step means he's in the paint immediately, and he keeps the ball far on his right side, then launches up for the shot when he sees Embiid's hands are down, and that long reach means he could get it over Embiid's contest. Barnes being more confident with the ball and more aware of his larger frame's capabilities means he's one of the most successful proof of concepts of the lengthy forward playing as a pseudo lead guard. Similar to what the Spurs are attempting with Jeremy Sohan and what the Thunder have been doing at times with Josh Giddey. As the league progresses further towards more larger guards entering the league and being successful, like Cade Cunningham, LaMelo Ball, and Amen Thompson, Scottie being not only so willing but adept as a playmaker is great. Scottie's been leveraging his physical advantage he has a lot more, and he scores on a lot of attempts that other players would struggle to because of his insane wingspan. He's been using that full wingspan a lot in his dunk attempts recently, shooting up and over defenders like he does here versus Boston or here against Philly, or versus San Antonio. He just rises up right over Sohan and drops it in over his head. He also has been using his physical tools to find a lot more putback opportunities. Like here, off his own miss, Scottie uses his freakish wingspan to get the board, and he just goes right back up with it. I really like the aggression when it comes to gaining his own miss and going back up. Like here again, he misses the initial shot, but then rebounds and puts it back all in one motion. And he does it once again here versus Detroit with the just quick one-handed putback after his miss. Or here, he stays with it on the fast break and just quickly drops it in after the Siakam miss. Barnes' aggression has been arguably his biggest improvement, as he's been making full use of his physicality and mobility to create a lot of easy points for Toronto. Like here, he disrupts the handoff and then hounds Sharp for the ball before heading right towards the basket, and he's too big for Sharp and it's an easy dunk. Then in the play versus the Wizards, it's as simple as Barnes using his frame and strength and muscle for a tough finish through Kuzma. Or here, look how quickly he turns off the screen and speeds towards the basket. He nearly reaches the restricted area before Ayton even can and finishes the and one over him because Ayton doesn't have any time to set his feet. Here versus Milwaukee, he certainly sells the fake well, but it's Giannis, so it's harder for him to not recover than it is for him to recover. And it's Barnes' speed and nice use of motor off that throws Giannis off and finds Barnes the open look. Scottie's really good at using that mobility of his to find his looks in the fast break, and it's his relentlessness and speed that finds him a lot of points there. Here, he sees that Embiid is hedging towards Schroeder's side, and so he turns on the Jets, and Harris has no chance of keeping up with him, so he gets an easy slam dunk. Here versus Dallas, he gets the rebound and immediately takes off past everyone, and then just floats to the basket for this pretty unreal and one finish. It's another one of those full court actions versus the 76ers, meeting Embiid right when he makes it to the basket, and once again, just tossing it right over his hand so he can't block it, and it's in. Here versus the Wolves, it's not really Barnes' speed that finds the transition basket over Gobert, but his finishing ability and composure that somehow finds him an easy look there. And that's exactly what has made Scottie Barnes so impressive this season. The pure multitude of ways that he's been affecting the game. And while yes, Barnes isn't going to be actually able to do everything for this Raptors team going forward, even Coach Darko said that Barnes needs to focus more on a few things rather than doing everything, it's still impressive how he's responded to last season. Barnes went from looking like a player who wasn't sure of himself and what type of player he was going to be, to someone who's now confidently doing a bit of everything for the Raptors. It's not hard or wrong to say that Scottie has looked better in every area of the court, and that he seems much more on track for that star potential that people saw from him after his rookie year. And I think as time goes on, Barnes is only going to improve in these areas, and I'm excited to see how he develops as one of the most unique young guys in the league. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, and let me know down below whether you agree or disagree with what I said. As always, thank you for watching, and peace.